What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have a really mind-blowing news. We have a confirmation of first sales of next bridge hydrocarbon shares, and the buyer, well, is quite interesting, and in general it is a good news because this sell-off, well, it can happen, but the bad news is the price of the shares, and I will show you what I'm talking about within just a minute. On top of that, I will show you the most recent updates in the litigation processes, and well, we have mixed news from this part of our story as well. And I will show you quite interesting update from George Palikars and his opinion on the, first of all, 3-year anniversary of the U3 halt and on the MMTLP saga in general. So, and before we dive deep into all of these, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Here are just a few of my trade results from the first half of October. But don't wait, this offer is available for a limited time only. Once the spots are filled, enrollment will close. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market. So, and let's begin with this update from Kelly versus Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. I covered the previous filing that was made basically just several days ago, on December the 5th, and for now we have a new update that was filed just literally several hours ago, and it is a motion leave to file document and access pages. And we don't have the entire title of this document, and we don't have this document in details on a free version. You have to pay it, and it is hidden behind the paywall, but we have very good recap of this document that was made by Kicap. And Kicap 5 hours ago wrote this: Kelly versus FINRA case, and he added the case number. FINRA reply filed December the 5th, 2025. Oh, by the way, it is the previous document that was filed on December the 5th. Nevertheless, let me quote you further. Kelly just responded to FINRA and he caught them adding new arguments and new documents at the last minute. FINRA tried to claim Kelly admitted a 1-for-1 distribution. FINRA slipped in a new Rule 11b3 accusation. FINRA added new rules and filings not in their original request. FINRA wants a press release treated as fact, even though it's disputed. Kelly's message to the court: FINRA changed the story in their reply. I deserve a chance to respond. He filed a reply to set the record straight and asked the judge for permission since FINRA introduced brand new claims. The case keeps heating up. And here is a couple of links to the Dropbox where you can find these documents in details, and you can basically read them and make your own conclusion. And in general, guys, I have to admit that it is very good to see that our community members are still fighting in the litigation field. and we have to help them one way or another to push their case forward, because we have to win just one of these cases in order to see a substantial breakthrough in our entire story. But let me show you the next update. Well, in my previous video I covered that Daniel Oxler case against Securities and Exchange Commission has a new filing, and it was filed on December the 5th, and it is basically a new deadline that is set for December the 12th, I believe, if I count it correctly. And I told to my viewers that it is a very important update. One of my viewers asked me about, well, why it is so important, and let me show you why. The previous update in this case was made about 2 months ago. And it is very good to see that we have some kind of update in this case, because it is one of the most promising cases in my opinion. On top of that, Daniel Oxler has filed another lawsuit that is still active, and it is active behind the scenes. Well, Daniel Oxler doesn't want to disclose details about this lawsuit for obvious reasons, because the defendant in this lawsuit are not the people who are familiar to the MMTLP community. That is why he doesn't want to disclose all the details. He just told me that this lawsuit is still active, and within next several weeks, probably months, he will give me some information, and I will give this information to you. Next litigation process, wait a second, is right here. Daniel Spears versus Securities and Exchange Commission. We also have motion on order on motion for leave to file. It was filed again on December the 8th. And here is the detailed title of this filing. Order denying motion for leave to file supplement evidence. The court applies the same reasoning as its prior order denying plaintiff's earlier motion to supplement. So this news is not the best one, because some evidence potentially were rejected by the judge, but well, it is just some kind of add-on to this lawsuit. On top of that, we have another update on Peace versus Securities and Exchange Commission case. Again, on December the 8th, we have this notice, and let me show you that it is a notice of supplemental evidence by Matthew J. Peace. And he added three documents. Unfortunately, all of them are hidden behind the paywall, but well, he does this job, and well, I think the details of this update will be disclosed a little bit later. And let me show you the most important part of today's video. Scipio, and his real name is William Kelly. He filed this lawsuit against FINRA. Well, he is a very active person right now inside the MMTLP community, and well, PHS Rebel wrote this on December the 7th. Hey MMTLP, Charles Schwab just closed my account. I had the 110 shares of NextBridge MMTLP in there. It was a cash account that I haven't touched since MMTLP was frozen. All the info that they gave me was that it was a business decision. Any help? Thanks. And here is the price. Here is another add-on of Rebel. Here is the exact price of the shares. I called today and I was told possibly sold to a market maker. No one wanted to buy them at first. They were sold for $0.009091 share. I had a total of 110 with Charles Schwab. It was a business decision. And guys, he misplaced the decimal number in here, because well, Scipio responded, I would talk to lawyer. And PHX Rebel responded, I just received my check for them closing out my account, and the amount is $10.04, which means it is just 9 cents per share. And unfortunately, guys, it is extremely low price. And well, we have two options. Option number one. With this news, with this update, we can see that the sell-off the process, the procedure is still possible, and you can sell your shares if someone want to buy these shares from you. The bad news is that, as I mentioned, the intrinsic value of this share and of the company in general is extremely low, and for now it is at around 10 cents, lower than 10 cents per share, and definitely it is not sufficient for the majority of MMTLP shareholders, but at least, guys, it is something. It is not the material number. It is just something to put into the consideration, because with this update we can see that someone can buy this, and potentially it is some kind of market maker. Why did he buy these shares? I don't know. But it is very good to see that technically it is possible, and this news basically can be used in our litigation processes, because well, first of all, the fact that MMTLP shares are frozen for now is not a fact anymore, because with this news definitely someone can buy these shares, and it is not made well, it is not made so-called artificially by just sending these shares to another account, like a transfer, real transfer, and some person from that account should pay you back. It is made through the Charles Schwab itself, and definitely it can be a very good add-on to our entire story. At the same time, guys, as I mentioned, we are at well, not 9, but we are at 3-year anniversary of the youth recall that was implemented on December the 8th. And for now, it is December the 9th, but in the United States of America, it is still December the 8th. And here is the tweet that was reposted by John Burda, and that was originally made by George Palikers. And he responded to Zichan Said, to this tweet that was written by him 19 hours ago. And let me quote just the details. The letter below to SEC from QNTM is requesting Chairman Paul Atkins to reconsider his decision to delay the short disclosure transparency rule that was supposed to go into effect in February of 2026. And I don't want to show you all the details about this tweet and this letter. It is not directly related to MMTLP story, but let me quote you this. George Palikers, in response to this, wrote, so Zaid and QNTM and a handful of others are fighting an asymmetric battle on behalf of every public company. They deserve to be thanked, supported, and celebrated. If you are a public market CEO or board member and think your company is immune, guess again. Remember the 9th of December, the halt, the deception, the rot. On the eve of the 3rd anniversary of the MMTLP fiasco, let's stop pretending this was ever an isolated one-off. In 2021, they stole the buy button from GameStop investors, because enforcing Rule 15c3-3 would have exposed the shortfall. In 2022, they stole the sell button from MMTLP investors, because enforcing Rule 15c3-3 would have triggered mandatory buy-ins they couldn't survive. Same playbook, same pipes, same back-office cartel. Two different tickers, one terrified network scrambling behind the plumbing and hiding behind SEC's skirt. Now, thanks to FOIA releases and some extraordinary persistent shareholders, the real story is emerging, and the official version is about to look very stupid very fast. What comes next will make a lot of very comfortable people very uncomfortable. Some very polished institutions are about to discover what accountability actually feels like. So, very interesting statement from George Palikers. Potentially, he also has something behind the scenes, and I believe that it is some kind of lawsuit against authorities, probably, where he tries to fight back. And let me remind you that he's also under the investigation in another lawsuit that was filed by SEC against him, against NextBridge Hydrocarbons and John Burda. And definitely, well, guys, this story is very shady, and I want to see the resolution, and I want to see as many news, real news as I can, and I want to give this information to you, because it is very important to know at which position we are right now as a community and what should we do next. So definitely if something big will happen if something big happens within the next several weeks, if as George Palikras wrote, some very polished institutions are about to discover what accountability actually feels like, which means he has something that he doesn't want to disclose yet, and it is, in my opinion, another lawsuit. So let me show you the tweet that was written by Junk Savvy. She reposted the tweet that was written by George Palikras that I just read to you, and she wrote this: "You hoped we would go away. We didn't. Get comfortable being very uncomfortable." And yes, I agree with this statement of Junk Savvy, but guys, I see that Junk Savvy, well, she represents not the most relevant, let's put it this way, not the most relevant facts about the MMTLP story. And here is the evidence of this. Semi M on December the 7th wrote this tweet, and she added the part of the space call that happened basically just a couple of days ago. And she wrote, "Junk Savvy says NextBridge hydrocarbons could finally get an S1 and sell shares, maybe even to hurting shareholders, so they can pay their bills and sue people. Oh yeah, can we get a lawsuit, dividend like those other guys?" So, and here is the answer of Ocelot in regards to this update. Here, Junk Savvy says NBH will likely file an S3, not S1, to determine pricing, but two issues with that. One, an S3 doesn't determine pricing. That's the 424B4 and its variations. And two, NBH isn't even S3 eligible. Why do people listen to this dummy? So, guys, unfortunately, you have to do your own due diligence in order to just blindly believe the people who are posting some facts, so-called facts, in space calls or in X in general. And that is why, guys, in my opinion, I still think that the only path, legitimate path to the resolution is through litigation processes, because the litigation process by itself will determine which fact is a real fact and which is just smoke and mirrors. And unfortunately, Junk Savvy has a lot of smoke and mirrors in her statements, and that is why, guys, well, you have to think twice before you make your own decision what to do next if you want to do some steps towards the resolution. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium